They blew the trumpet in the holy mountain for the first time since the temple was destroyed. And this full moon, October 17th, Feast of Tabernacles, you can see right there on time and date, it's also called a blood moon. And that lines up with Joel 2:31. And after the shofar blasts on the holy mountain, on the Temple Mount, and I just showed you, after the shofar is blown on the Temple Mount, the holy mountain, the word says to sanctify a fast, call a solemn assembly. After the Feast of Trumpets, after they blow the trumpet on the holy mountain, is Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement. And as you can see right there, it says that the Day of Atonement is the holiest day of the year in Judaism, traditionally observed with a 25-hour period of fasting. Blow the trumpet in Zion, sanctify a fast. This is leading up to our departure. And when you go to the TorahCalendar.com, it's also the fast of Zedekiah. It leads us right to the Feast of Tabernacles in the full moon. The full moon that they also call a blood moon. And it's lined up perfectly with the word. And your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your old men shall dream dreams, and your young men shall see visions. And most of the rapture dreams happen on full moons. And most of you know that Proverbs chapter 7 says, for the man is not at home. He has gone on a long journey. He hath taken a bag of money with him. He will come home at the full moon. And on top of that, the book of Enoch chapter 60 says in the first verse, in the 50th year, in the 7th month, on the 14th day of the month of the life of Enoch. In that parable, I saw how the heavens of heavens was shaken violently, and the host of the Most High and the angels, 1,000, thousands, and 10,000 times 10,000 were extremely disturbed. On the 7th month, in the 14th day, the heavens shook violently in Enoch's vision. Well, as you can see right here on the Hebcal converter, the 7th month, Tishri, on the 14th day is October 16th, the eve of Sukkot, the Feast of Tabernacles, the Feast of Weddings. On the Feast of Weddings, on the full blood moon, right after approximately 50 Jews ascended to the mount at 7 a.m., the holy mountain. And as you read the article, the police tried to stop it, but God was not going to allow that. And they blew the shofar 100 blasts. Let it sink in. Prophecy was just fulfilled. They blew the trumpet in Zion on the holy mountain. And the fast is on the Day of Atonement. They have plenty of time to call a solemn assembly and gather the people and sanctify the congregation and assemble the elders and gather the children and prepare for the bridegroom to come forth out of his chamber. And this next full moon, the biggest super moon of the year, I just showed you, they also call it a blood moon. And remember, Jesus Christ, Yeshua, he said, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. And as you can see right here, there's a prophetic gathering on the National Mall on Yom Kippur. Jonathan Cahn announces special prophetic gathering on the National Mall on Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement in Washington, D.C., October 12th, 2024. They will be preaching the gospel to all nations on the Day of Atonement, the holiest day of the year, observed with a 25-hour period of fasting and intensive prayer. It goes perfectly with Joel chapter 2, verse 15 and 16, and runs right to the full moon on the day of the feast of weddings, tabernacles. This is set up perfectly, family. Regardless what anyone thinks, prophecy was just fulfilled. They blew the shofar for the first time since the second temple. And you can see right here they have Joel 2:1 posted. Blow a shofar in Zion, sound an alarm in my holy mount. Let all the dwellers on earth tremble, for the day of Hashem has come. It is close. So regardless, he is near. He's about to come. And I'll give you more confirmation that he's pointing our attention straight to the moon in his signs. In the sun, the moon, and the stars. First sunspot 3842 ripped off 2 X flares, a 7 and a 9.
Today I would like to focus on the signs in the sky. There's so much going on, but I think it's important for us to understand what's going on above us, that God's trying to show us in his handiwork. There's a series of 4 supermoons that are happening right now. There's planetary alignments. There's the anniversary of the Revelation 12 sign. We just had the eclipses, the 2 eclipses that formed the X across America. We've got significant news with asteroids that are about to be orbiting the Earth. All this stuff I've been posting on my community tab if you want to go check out the details there. But I'm gonna show you a visual diagram of the signs that are going on in the sky and some important events that are lining up within these signs. So stand by. Okay, so I really think that these 4 supermoons are really significant. We've got the August 19th, September 17th, October 17th, and November 15th supermoons. We'll start up here. The super blue moon that occurred on August 19th was pretty rare. The next one doesn't occur for 4,547 days, which, if you notice that number, 4547, is on Donald Trump's hat. All right, next we had a 6-planet alignment on 828. 828 also means Donald Trump in Gematria. All right, moving on to the super harvest moon eclipse that we just had. That was on 9/17. What's interesting about that is Israel turns 917 months before the next supermoon. All right, within this supermoon, we've got another solar eclipse. And in between that, we've got the Revelation 12 anniversary, 7-year anniversary on 9/24. Right between the harvest moon and the Revelation 12 sign, we've got the UN Summit for the Future. That's a pretty significant event. I posted a lot of details on that on my community tab, so you can go back and check that out. The UN General Assembly started back here in early September, and they conclude on October 1st. And right before that is when the second moon asteroid appears on September 29th. I posted another article about that on my community tab. You can go check that out. It reaches its peak here on the next supermoon on 10/17. All right, we'll back up here to 9/26, which is right after this Revelation 12 sign. The SpaceX Dragon mission begins. That's Elon Musk's company. They're doing a launch that day. Now, the Revelation 12 sign talks about the woman with the crown, 12 stars, that delivers, and then there's another sign right after that, the dragon that throws all the stars down to the earth. Elon Musk has a pretty popular picture that he's got posted on his Twitter or X account of him wearing a red dragon suit. Looks like Baphomet symbol on his chest. Anyways, that mission was supposed to begin back here, but he delayed it to this date. Now, it's on September 26th. Sept means 7. So I look at that as 726, which is Harpazo in the Strong's Concordance, but it's also Antichrist in Gematria. So that's how they look at it. We look at it as Harpazo. Then after this next solar eclipse, and you can kind of see the symmetry here. Moon, 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 moon. And this solar eclipse is right in the middle of everything.